Hi everyone, today I'm going to plant this GreenStalk over here with the seedlings that we have started on the GreenStalk trays. I'm going to clean out this GreenStalk, amend the soil, and then transplant the seedlings to it. I thought I was not gonna have time to do this week, but I forgot that our clocks have changed and now we have an extra hour of sunlight at night that we can do some gardening. So just right before I start, GreenStalk is doing a sale for all of the green stuff. So it's gonna be a St. Patrick's Day sale, and everything that's green on the website is going to be on sale. So the lid, this stuff over here, which I have to remove right now because I am going to unassemble this planter. Oh, the seed trays too. These seed trays, the green ones, are also going to be on sale. So if you need a new planter or want to get any of the accessories, now is a good time. And I'll leave the link in the description down below along with my discount code. This planter has been here the whole winter. I haven't really done much to it. We amended together when we moved here to this property back in September. I don't remember if I amended this in October or by the end of September, but every season I like to give maintenance on my green stalks, especially before planting. In the past I would do that because sometimes debris can get to the top and clog the watering discs that are right here underneath and are part of the watering system. It's heavy. We had a lot of snow and rain, so the soil is heavy. So these are the discs. There's a few little bugs in here, so I'm just gonna bang in the floor so they fall. It actually happens sometimes in the winter because things can want to go over winter in there. But now this is probably the last time that I'm going to be doing this because they have made this lid. They had a lid before and I had it, but I was not very good at using it. But this one is so nice. It's cute, easy to use with this opening hole, and it's completely sealed. So after I give this maintenance on this one and the other ones, this time this spring, it should be good to go, and I won't be needing to open and, you know, unassemble and wash the watering discs a couple times a year. So since it has been out here in the winter open for a long time, we're gonna do it this time. I'm gonna just take them apart, take them out real quick. There we go. See, no bugs on this one. That's great. This one is good too. They're pretty good because I cleaned in September, so it's not too bad. We're gonna rinse it real quick anyway. And the last one. Also no bugs. Just the first one had a few bugs. But that's good. I don't have my water set up outside yet, so I'm just going to quickly rinse this with my watering cans, especially because they're not too bad. I was planning to wash them in my sink, but I think just a quick rinse with this would work. I bought this new watering can with this thing and I really like it. I'll show you guys after once I planted it, the seedlings. But now just gonna rinse it up. And what I like to do, I'm gonna get closer. I like to just pour the water in here and check if the holes are clogged. Looks like water is coming out at all of them but one. So got a little scissor here. And I'm just going to unclog this hole real quick. And here we have it. Now all of the holes, the water comes out of it, and that's great. Alright, that's it. I'm not gonna wash much better than that because what really matters is that the holes are not clogged. Okay, now we have the discs cleaned up. The next step is to clean the planter. I don't like to pull up the old stuff and remove the roots because I keep my potting soil. I'm not going to change this. I like to keep the roots in there to add some extra nutrients to the soil and decompose in place, etc. So just gonna go around and cut it to the base. The soil is super fluffy, and the strawberries had that one plant here that since runners are around, so now I have 4 plants, which is cool. And there's some broccoli that was growing around. Same variety that I'm planting today. I planted this last year and I loved it. The mini burgundy broccoli. Very thick stems. The chives are coming back. That's amazing. Just try to clean up a little bit around. Take out some other dead stuff around here. Just gonna go around and do the same thing all over the other tiers. Alright, so now it's time to get it amended. And you can do this in a few ways. I in the past have just added a layer of compost in here, and that worked fine. But I watched a video on the GreenStalk YouTube channel this year saying that if you do that over the years, your soil can get compacted. So I am going to use some of this Coast of Maine organic potting soil. It's a potting soil, but I used this last year on this planter too, and it looked more like compost to me. You see when I open this bag, it's usually very black. So we're going to use that to amend it and to keep it things light and fluffy, and then maybe a little later in the season when I get compost in April or May, I could add top dress it, the pockets a little bit with some compost for a little extra boost of nutrients too. So for now, let's use this potting soil, which you can get online. I got this on Amazon. I can leave a link to you guys below, but always if you can support your local nursery and buy from them, even better. They have something similar. Mine was not open yet, so I had to buy online, but the soil here looks like compost. Let me show you close up. Look at that, very nice and fluffy, look decomposed, look very nice, very not lots of fine particles, not too chunky. So this is the good stuff. Usually I top, I add the compost, then I plant it, but I think today I'm gonna do it in a different way. I'm going to plant everything and then top dress with the compost after it's done, so the stems can get very nice. And I don't really have a plan how I want to plant this. If you want to see a more detailed plan and make sure they look nice and everything, I have a video from last year where I have planned everything nicely and made it look very pretty. But this time I think I'm just gonna try to alternate them and go with my guts in here. So I never like to plant one of the same thing in this tray, in the same tray. For example, this is all broccoli. I don't like to put like one whole layer of broccoli, then another whole layer of kale, then another whole layer of lettuce. I think it looks nice when it's mixed around to make the planter looks a bit more attractive. I'll put a picture on how this planter here looked last season so you can see and kind of understand what I mean, what I'm saying. So I'm gonna start with the 6th tray of broccoli here, and this is obviously the bottom. So usually you want to plant your bigger things towards the bottom and your smaller things towards the top, but everything that I'm planting today is going to get about the same size, so it's okay to mix them around. So I have some broccoli, some kohlrabi in here, and some kale. This is the burgundy broccoli. I'm gonna make a little hole. Soil is great, very light and fluffy, so I'm alternating here. This is the new tray, pretty awesome, has air pruning, and there's this nice opening in the bottom what you can just pop it with your finger and the seedling comes right out. Seedlings look nice too, the roots look nice, they're looking healthy, so that's great. I'm gonna get this first one in here. Do the same thing with that, same thing with that. Actually I have 12 broccoli, but let's start with these 3. Ah, soil is so fluffy, that's awesome. Okay, now I'm just gonna cover back, and I'm going to alternate these with kohlrabi. So I planted out the broccoli first in the other tiers, and now I am alternating it with the kohlrabi. You can tell these ones have a bit of more purple-ish leaves. This is a purple kohlrabi variety. So that's these 2 have 3 broccoli, 3 kohlrabi. There's 3 broccoli in there. I have 3 more broccolis, and I also have some kale. I'm running out of pockets. So on this strawberry one, I think I want to do broccoli. So let me just put here 2 broccoli. I want to do kale then together with the broccoli there. Definitely want to do kale in the bottom, so let me actually do 1 kale plant here, 1 kale plant here, and 1 here. There's a chive in here, so that's great. We still have 1 broccoli left there. Great, I'll put it on the bottom here. Not everything's working out. And 1 broccoli. How's the 2 baby kales that I'm not sure if are gonna grow much or not, so I might put something else, but let's put this into the side, and I'm gonna work into just planting all of that. So everything's mostly planted. I only have 2 more spaces left here. There's a rosemary already here that might come back. And I'm gonna plant the kohlrabi and leave 1 space open, because if I wanna plant something else a little later, I can do that too. Whoa, that kohlrabi is looking good too. change my mind again. This last little piece here, I'm gonna put this little kale and just hope that it grows. Maybe with more space and nutrition, it will grow a little bit more. And here we have it. Our planter is planted, and now let's top dress with that compost, with this potting soil. I forgot to get a little shovel, so I'm just going to do it in my hands. But I'm just going to add the potting soil to the top here. You see how there's some space in here, about an inch. It says on the planter that you should plant all the way to the top, and that's usually what I do. But once the season goes on, the soil tends to settle. So once in the next year you have a gap like that. So I'm going to try to cover this as much as I can. Still going to have a little space because I might add a little handful of compost in each pocket, but I'll cover good amount, and do the same thing all over the planter. I do like to leave a little hole in the middle for the watering discs. So just to do this whole thing as an example. So I'm gonna amend this, add the extra potting soil, the extra nutrients. This last one here. Oops, don't want to waste the potting soil. And then this little open in the middle, so this watering disc will fit right back in nicely. Okay, perfect. Now let's get everything else done. It's a little bit harder with the strawberries because you don't want to cover the crown very much. I'm not very experienced with growing strawberry, but that's what I heard. So with the strawberry I might just leave a bit more space. But I know that for the broccoli and the kohlrabi it's okay to get a little bit higher on the stem. Another important thing, just make sure when you put in this disc back, it has little holes on it. Make sure you point the holes to the pockets. Like there's a hole here, 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 and there. So they're all gonna get to the roots of these plants we're just planting now. Alright, everything is planted, amended, looking good. And I'm going to give one watering round before I put it up back together. That's the thing that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I really like this way this thing goes upside, or the other way around. Go up instead of down. So kind of looks more like rain. It's pretty cool. I bought this because my other one, my metal one, finally broke. It's leaking all over. So got this one. I always like to give a good watering after planting. Now I'm gonna put it together. This one's gonna be the last layer. I want the strawberries to be on top, but let's see. The chives I want to be kind of on top too. So I'm gonna pick this one up and put right there. There we go. Easy when they're heavy and full of soil. So you want to make sure you hear that click. That's very important. So your planter is assembled properly and it's not gonna fall when you're bending anything on the season. So always make sure you assemble properly. It makes it easy when you have soil. There you go. Okay, then I'm going to do the one with the chives, then the strawberries. Okay. Oh my god, heavy. The leaf one, the one next to me, is definitely a little lighter the tears. So if you have a bit of a hard time carrying stuff, I would recommend getting that size over there. It's much easier to carry, in my opinion. There we go. Do a little spin to see how everything looks. Make sure I didn't engulf anybody before I keep going. There we go. Oh, it looks so nice. Oh, I can't believe spring is finally here. Or coming. So I know a lot of you are probably going to tell me in the comments that, oh my god, it's too early, you're getting fooled by false spring, it's going to get so cold again. And I know that, and I'm in a new location right now and it's colder, but I have a frost cover and these guys are pretty frost hardy. They were acclimated properly and they've been transplanted at a nice size already, so I really think it's going to be okay. toughest and hardest year. Oh, the top one's also hardest for me. I'm weak. Gotta work out. Alright. It all clicked. It all sounded good. So nice. I wish I had my hose on so I could spray and clean it up, but it's alright. I'll grab more water after this video. Now, the last part is to put this top reservoir, which is clean. I have washed it. And, I mean, there's some water, hard water stuff there, but it's fine. And put the lid on. From now on, hopefully I won't have to clean this so much. And that's it. Look good. This is the tag from the strawberry that I bought and turned into 5 strawberries this year. It doesn't say what kind of strawberry it is. It says ever-bearing strawberries. I bought it at the farmer's market, but I like to keep it. Oops. Keep it in here. And oh my gosh, I cannot even believe we have a first planting of the year in our GreenStalk. Oh, let me grab the frost cover before I get too excited. Show you guys. This is the frost cover. And even though it's warm today, it's going to be warm at night. I'm gonna put it on so it stays nice and cozy at night. This is the frost cover from the GreenStalk, and you need this plant support. You don't need to, but it's recommended that you put this plant supports on it in order to hold the cover. And that's why I wanted to have the strawberries on top too, because these guys with this frost cover, you know, there's a limited space to grow. I know there's a broccoli in here, but that's alright. By the time hopefully the broccoli is big, I won't need the frost covers anymore, but it's good to have the strawberries on top anyway. These are kind of old. I have mine for maybe 4 years, so I'm due to get a new set, maybe a couple more, but still working well for me. And here is the frost cover. I'm going to tell you guys that I will put this later, but I will like to clean this before I put this cover on. So after I get more water inside and then rinse this from the outside, I'll probably, you know what, put some water in the back here too and dump through the top. Oops. Like this, to water to the watering holes, just in case, even though the plant would feel heavy, doesn't hurt to add a little extra water there. And then I will add my frost cover, and I'll show you guys in the upcoming videos how it's going to look. The next one I want to plant is that maple one over there, this guy, and I have these seedlings over here to go on it. These are my greens. So I have some lettuce, some Asian greens, some spinach, a little bok choy in here. So that's going to go on that one over there, but I don't have time to plant it today. So we're going to plant in a couple more days. These are not as big as the broccoli and the kohlrabi were, so they're okay to hang in here in this tray for a few more days too. So that will be it for this video today. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're planning to plant in your GreenStalks this year. And if you want to see when I started all of these seedlings, I'll link a video right over here so you can watch that next. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time.